That's funny. That's funny. Everyone, Scotty. All right, so welcome to IndieInfoTech, or rather the Independent Information Technology Meetup. This is our first meetup, and I'm excited to have that after a few months of ad hoc planning, that led us to having kind of a kickoff here at the peanut farm. Today will be a short presentation about IndieInfoTech itself, and a presentation by a local innovator some of you guys might already know, and another presentation by yours truly talking about MongoDB, just kind of looking at the geek track a little bit, showing everybody what that's all about. We can get nice and geeky, or we can just keep it simple. Which way is which? There we go. So I established the idea of IndieInfoTech while searching for ways to meet other local professionals in the area. Now, it wasn't exactly difficult to, once I started being a little bit more social on Facebook, Twitter, whatnot, and started going to some other groups to find those people. But I felt like I really was only scratching the surface. So occasionally I would run into some amazing people that had absolutely no idea that a lot of these local resources existed, social media events, professional events, stuff like that. And when I followed up with them to get them to join up to any of these groups, what I got was it became a very typical response. It was pretty much, I don't know anybody, followed by, I really never leave the house, followed by, you're not from around here, are you? And I didn't realize how much holing up there was during the winter when I moved up here from northern Colorado about 8 years ago. So now, admittedly, I hole up too, and I need to get out of it. It's cold out there, but unfortunately that, if you don't have anything going on in the summer, you just kind of stay in that state. It would be really presumptuous to see this as a problem at all, though, holing up. Especially when a lot of my own IT knowledge came from sitting in a dark corner with a computer, watching Xena, eating Hot Pockets 24/7, and learning a lot of stuff. So I got myself excited about what sort of opportunities I can give to the local community, what I can provide in the area, and land the idea that a meetup that has a useful and rich online presence fed by the online community, social meetups like this one, and then external sources that kind of have yet to be defined, was something I wanted to work on. So once a good framework, and I say framework as in we actually need to develop something both in a business sense as well as software, is in place to help handle the flow of information around the group, we should explore some community opportunities that I was introduced to several years ago, like helping form some hacking society, working on community service projects, other fun stuff that groups of like-minded people should really enjoy doing together. A planning team has already come up with some amazingly innovative project ideas that will help benefit this group and help it become a valuable community resource, hopefully statewide, potentially nationwide. I really do want to focus on statewide first and expand this to the 4, 5, 6 corners of Alaska. I don't know, our cartographer, how many corners in Alaska? A lot of corners. I need to learn how to change these slides. All right. So the core audience is somewhat obvious, but I really wanted to stress that pretty much any technical resource is welcome to show up and say hi. Ever since I started a small meetup invite campaign, just to kind of get this going, I have run into so many amazing people that are unfortunately not here right now because of some scheduling conflicts. But I really want them to show up and say hi, introduce themselves, and actually show us what they're all about. Our primary goal is to, I'm going to get the hang of this. I might need somebody. Our primary goal is to strengthen the IT community and expand its presence as wide as it can go. I really want to reach out to people interested in R&D and to innovative individuals and companies that have great products to advertise here locally. Students and professionals interested in new work opportunities are, of course, welcome to come, and I really encourage them to come because those guys are our talent. And those of us who just want to show off should show up as well and just say hi and give us a little presentation on what they've done. We focus mostly on innovative idea and solution presentations. And we'll also include any local companies that can provide the foundation to follow through on projects that our group members are involved in. This means local innovators should have a simple and possibly more social way to find talent in the area, discuss ideas openly, and in general just get stuff done faster. Peer support is a crucial environment to have. A lot of us don't have it. So our schedule is simple-ish. Second Wednesday of every month, it's pretty much going to be at the peanut farm. You're just going to have presentations, beer, food, and possibly an open mic where people can just stand up, say hi, get some ideas out there. And the last Thursday of every month will probably be at the UAA Consortium Library. We'll be giving presentations as well as introducing some collaborative video conferencing techniques that we're going to try to develop. Students are, of course, welcome. In fact, that's why we're holding it there, so we can have some students show up. So, if you think I'm making a big fuss about presentations, here's why. We all want to be heard. When we discover or create something amazing, exclaiming things to like your dog or cat or little sister isn't nearly as satisfying as it would be with your peers. And promotion. IndieInfoTech wants to become a valuable place for anybody to tout their technical skill set. Self-promotion and public speaking is very difficult. Let's all support each other with open minds and open ears. I'm using a camera. The reason for this is we want to share your presentations, and so make your mama proud. If you stand up here, you're going to have a link to your presentation as well as it's going to be listed on our website, and you'll be able to share that out with whoever you want. You will get noticed. That's the whole point of being social and using social media to do everything is you say hi, people say hi back. And you will get word out faster than if you were just sitting around on it and just talking to a few people here and there. Hopefully, once you get that word out, it'll spark something awesome for you. Also, it gains a lot of interest for the group. That's kind of obvious. Super important when we're trying to develop something that can be used to promote other people's ideas. Having videos readily available online is super important, of course, and I think for future meetings it won't be as tricky as it is with this one. So let's talk real quick about a vital IndieInfoTech project called Docket. It's a group information services system. We will have a place online that helps us with the following information management tasks and helps promote our group by aggregating a ton of content. This includes our presentation and meeting management. Users will be able to suggest presentations for others to speak about. They'll just say, hey, I could do that. Propose presentations to personally speak about, which of course enters into the voting system on how things are sorted out and what the best venue would be. Meetup.com integration to add some extra bells and whistles to our own custom solution. So like who's coming, which is obvious with Meetup, but then you'll have a talent will be at any given meeting using a great information metric system. Meeting content for online review, because this is a very open meetup. I expect a lot of our planning meetings will actually be online as well, so that people can say, hey, that's actually a horrible idea. Vote down. So modular voting and categorizing of nearly every kind of information on the site. A brainstorming and idea board. I think that's super important to have, especially if we're trying to openly discuss projects in the area. A job and talent board that just kind of comes with it and is also very important. And then, of course, it's open source. If you want to help, go to search for Docket on GitHub. There's, of course, more to the group than a bi-monthly meetup. We need planners for, say, a hackathon, Kevin. Hacking societies, kind of the same thing. Code roundups, just anything really interested in developing a product real fast, developing something incredibly stupid that does something incredibly fun real fast, anything. Those are the sparks that keep everything going. And community projects, having somebody around who can help us identify community projects and then help execute on them would be a real asset. And I urge you all to subscribe to the meetup.com/IndieInfoTech. I think pretty much everyone here is, to get information on the planning meetings as well. Maybe participate. We also need to find venues in the Palmer, Wasilla, Fairbanks, Juneau, and Kenai areas for individual meetings, and of course the collaborative meeting where we bring together everybody through video. There are also some state-run video conference solutions that may do just what we need, so I'll be looking into that as well. For any of you that have a lot of experience, know a lot of people, you guys need to be our presentation hunters. Need more presentations. This includes recognition awards, and that's something I really wanted to stress out when I first started advertising this. Is I'm really interested in finding those IT super studs that are out there in the area, all throughout Alaska, and really bringing some recognition to them if they've done a great job. I think it's well deserved. It's a lot like a lot of other fields that all have recognition awards. We just don't quite do it right. Send in nominations for IT guys that really need that support, and hopefully they can come up here, stand up, say hi. And of course, if you have a cool home project, a few mentioned like maybe their Myth TV setup or some modules that they made for home automation and stuff like that, I'd really love to see that kind of stuff up here. So there are other local resources. These are some of the few that I've used to actually reach out a little bit more in the community, and I just want to share them. Of course, meetup.com has just been super helpful with this. It's nice having all the meetups information all in one place. The Alaska Linux Users Group, ACLUG, these guys have a mailing list full of super smart people, and if you guys have any Linux-related questions or highly technical questions, this is a good group of people to go to. And hopefully some of them will round their way over here. The Network Users Group of Alaska, NUGA, these guys have a pretty good mailing list too. They focus a lot on more commercial aspects in network infrastructure, and I recommend getting on their mailing list. And of course AITP, the Association of Information Technology Professionals, they have some very similar functions going on to IndieInfoTech, and actually they're a pretty good group. And then some more online resources. Coursera. If you guys are interested in looking into any extended education online, I really recommend looking at this site. They have some pretty cool stuff. I'm actually really tempted to go play, have a lot of fun as soon as my wife lets me. And then LinkedIn professional networks like the Alaska Innovation and Entrepreneurship Support Group. These guys actually just push out a ton of really good information. And it's just great watching the news feed go by. I wish I actually had more to comment on. Eventually, I'll get to that point. So, thank you. After a short break, we'll have Travis Kraus up here to talk about one of the products he's developing here, as well as talk about probably another meetup. I give you permission. And then after that short break, after that, it'll be me talking about MongoDB.